A trip to Alaska with your best friend is every fly angler's dream. It doesn't get better than being together catching big fish in some of the wildest country on the planet. My name's Spencer, and my best friend Lander and I spent a week fishing our way through Alaska this summer. And while we had a blast together, things didn't exactly go according to plan.
It's all sorts of fun. In other words,
Spencer and I have been friends for 24 years, almost longer than I've known my youngest sister. Middle school, junior high, and high school, we were super close. Back then we were bait casters, but then, over the years, Spencer went back to fly fishing and dragged me along with him.
We planned this trip to Alaska to catch fish, but I think what we were both interested in the most was getting to spend time together, fishing, and not thinking about work, just like the old days.
Speaking of tourists, here's a tourist fact for you.
oh, tourist, you got a tourist fact for me?
You like ranch dressing?
Of course I do. I'm not a commie.
Ranch dressing was invented in Alaska.
What?
1949.
Really?
Yeah. Some guy came here. He was only here for 3 years, but while he was here, he invented ranch dressing.
Huh.
Yeah, that's why Alaska is an honorary Midwest state. There's 3 reasons for that. You ready for this? Number 1, hunting and fishing. Number 2, everybody has a map of Alaska on their head.
Oh my God.
No, like this. So you see, you take your finger, your right hand.
Yeah.
This is your map of Alaska. This is the southeast. This is the Aleutians. This is everything else. And third is because ranch dressing was invented in Alaska. Honorary Midwest state.
Well, there you go.
Our trip started off on the Kenai River in Soldotna, Alaska, chasing sockeye salmon. My wife gave me strict instructions before I left for Alaska. I wasn't allowed to come home without bringing her some salmon. There was just one problem. We were a few days late for the salmon run. Most of the fish were much higher in the river by then, so we called an audible and headed north towards Cooper Landing. Once we'd caught enough salmon to punch my ticket back home, we decided to explore some of the trout fishing since it's supposed to be pretty good in that neck of the woods.
Wild Alaskan rainbow. There you go. Hey, bud. So this is day 3 or maybe 4 of being down on the Kenai Peninsula. We've been down here fishing salmon, but the best sockeye fishing was actually 2 weeks ago. A week ago, 2 weeks ago is when the run peaked. And then the trout and the dolly varden fishing's not gonna pick up for about another 2 weeks either. So we're kind of in this lull between, well, the salmon fishing's really not worth staying for anymore, but the trout and the dollies aren't worth staying for either. And on top of that, there's like 8 billion people here right now, which, we expected, but god dang, it's a bit more crowded than I thought it would be. So we talked about it and we're like, let's go find some uncrowded rivers. There's some stuff that might have rainbow trout in it, but we know we'll find some grayling. And we're gonna drive north. How long are we gonna be in the car for now, Lander? Probably the next 2 days. Driving north at least. I don't know if it's raining enough.
but I've heard that's kind of what Alaska does. Isn't that right, Lander?
Oh, it does. Depending on where you are. This part of Alaska actually is less rainy than others, but hasn't seemed to be the case this summer. We've had a lot of rain in this part of Alaska and even up in Fairbanks.
I'm just worried this is going to impact our fishing, man. This is a lot of rain to be dealing with.
It might. I'm hoping it doesn't, but you never know.
Well, we're back to the river. We've been on the road for, a while today. Traveling north to try and find some fishing, but we got a hot tip about a river with some giant rainbows in it. So we're gonna go chase that down, I think, tomorrow, but hopefully this rain doesn't mess with our plans. The rain will just not stop. It's been raining almost, more than 24 solid hours. So we got to get out there. I mean, I'm not afraid of fishing in the rain, but we got some stuff to get the cameras out there so we can actually do it and get out there and show you, because I didn't want to soak the cameras. But here's to hoping we get out there and I don't ruin a camera in the rain. So the tip we got about this creek, we were told it's a bit jungly to get through there, and I think this definitely qualifies as, oh, I'll lose my rod, a little bit jungly. Don't you think, Lander?
Oh, I'd say so.
It's dumping rain, but there's a good chance we could tie into a 25-inch rainbow, so it's worth it. Let's go.
Get eaten by a velociraptor.
Yeah.
When they put climbing ropes onto the river, it tells you you're getting into something pretty cool. That's not that bad. You'll be fine.
There's only been a few places I've ever fished that have had rope assist to get you down to the river. So that's actually a good sign. So fishing was stellar.
Awesome fishing.
All right, that's the creek. Let's see what we can find. Oh, that's a nice fish. Woohoo! That was worth the walk already. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah! Woohoo! Oh, that's awesome. First really good wild Alaskan rainbow. Fish? Oh, yeah!
What do we tangle into here? Is that another, is that a sockeye? Yeah, it's a big sockeye. I'll be, holy cow. Yeah, that's not foul hooked at all. That's just a big angry sockeye salmon is what that is. Nope, no. Nope, not over there, bud. Go make more salmon, buddy. So we've got a little bit of a conundrum. We're both sopping wet, even though we're in waders. Oh. But it's raining harder now than when we got here. And the river is not only moving a lot quicker, but it's starting to rise a little bit, which has us both worried because there's some pretty significant crossings that we have to get through to get back to the truck. So, as wonderful as the fishing is, we might have to just bounce, and neither of us want to do that. But I mean, what do we do? Do we take the risk of getting stuck back in here? And I don't know. I mean, it's Alaska. We know there's grizzly bears. We might get ate by one if we're not careful. So I don't know. We're gonna think about it, but unfortunately, we might have to head out. Finally quit raining. It finally stopped. So, you know what that means, right, Lander?
We're going fishing?
Yeah, we're gonna go get some barbecue real quick, and then we're hitting the river because we left the other river, and it was a good thing we left when we did. We almost couldn't cross the river to get back to the truck. It was kind of sketchy. But we're up here now, and there's a couple of really good spots we know for grayling that we're gonna fish for the next 2 or 3 days. So fingers crossed the fish cooperate, but they're grayling. They usually cooperate. That's what's so awesome about them. So barbecue and then grayling. Let's get it.
After you've been fishing for a while, the novelty of catching fish wears off a bit, and I think you're able to see what else is happening around you, both on the water and off. You start to see past the fish and understand that fly fishing is just a giant metaphor for understanding life. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and it's more affordable than therapy, but it really does the same thing. And something I've come to appreciate more than maybe anything are the friendships I have because of fly fishing. This friendship in particular with Lander is more meaningful than any fish I could catch. Yeah, we got rained out, but we explored parts of Alaska we'd never seen before, and we had an adventure that we won't soon forget. Isn't that what we all go fishing for in the first place?